Hello and welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us on iTunes right now, please leave a 5-star review. Please and thank you. I want to thank everybody who came out to my album recording this past Thursday at Governor's in Levittown. It went great. It was a very surreal moment for me recording my first comedy album. I've been doing comedy like 10, 11 years. So it was very cool. Felt like squeezing out a big, meaningful poop. And a lot of people have been asking when they can purchase or pre-order this album. I don't know yet, but my buddy Aaron Berg is producing it. So as soon as he knows, I will tell you guys. I got lots more dates coming up. I'm going to be in Danbury, Connecticut this Thursday at Barbari's Grill. I'll be headlining that show. Then I'm heading to Savannah, Georgia in March. I think March 19th I'll be out there. And then I'll be in Tampa, Florida, March 20th. Hoping to add more dates to that Florida trip. Maybe see my dad. Who knows? Maybe if we're getting along, I'll go see my dad. Yeah, a couple shout outs to my new sponsor. And this is good because I feel like there is going to be a lot of crypto people listening to this pod. So I'm just going to share this right here. And okay, this is exciting. Let's pull this up here. I gotta pull up the read for this. Okay, hold on. I don't have it. I clicked it away because I'm retarded. Great. Let's see here. I'm going to talk while I find the read for that. I'm going to talk about my other sponsors. Let's see. I'm doing a collaboration with Silk City Hot Sauce right here. If you go to Silk City, actually it's levinsky'stopshelf.com and use the promo code CMP. This is normally $10, but if you use the promo code CMP, you get a couple bucks off. This is my very own hot sauce. It's called Mayr, and that's me on the front eating somebody's insides. This is a really wonderful verde sauce. It goes great with like eggs, tacos, really anything. If you're a hot sauce person, you got to get in on this. Plus, I'm selling a bunch of t-shirts on tpublic.com. I really like this Mayr shirt. Isn't that great? It reminds you of the lovely Obama years. And I also have a fun and patriotic Make America Great Again. Comes in all colors, all sizes. Go to tpublic.com to get yours. Right. Okay. I'm gonna get that read soon because I don't know what happened to it. I lost it. Woo! I'm so excited to have this guy on the podcast today. I've done his show, so I'm so happy that he is here today to do my show. He is the host of Break the Cycle, which you can watch 5 days a week. He is also an at-large committee member for the Libertarian National Party. I think I'm also screwing this up. He's also running for VC for the Libertarian National Committee. I think I messed it up. Joshua Smith. Thank
Hello.
you so much for coming on. How
Of course.
are you?
I'm doing okay. Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. And you got the VC part right, as long as you don't say VD, we're good to
Right.
go. Yeah.
Right. Because we
Yeah.
got that all cleared up. We got
Yeah.
that taken care of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the Libertarian National Committee, so you were close enough. Close enough.
And, I mean, like, I wouldn't say you're that large, but, to be an at-large member,
I'm a big guy.
did they
For
say
sure.
you have to put on some weight for this role if you wanna be at
I
large?
already had the weight to do the role for sure. No, I'm a big guy, I'm 6'2", 240. I'm not a little guy at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I like a real man, like
Yeah,
how they should make them.
Yeah, I'm a dad bought it out, I got 7 kids, so,
7?
yeah, 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 and a grandkid.
Wow.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah, 38-year-old grandpa
Oh
in the
my
house.
god, you're
I
a
know.
GILF.
Yep. Yep, 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 thanks, kid. My kid made me a grandpa at 16 years old, so Yeah. Thanks
I
a lot.
like it. It's very retro. Enough of this, waiting till you're 40 to have a kid and then it comes out retarded. You know what? Let's bring back old school values. Let's bring back teenage pregnancies. I don't think it seems like a big deal at first. It's very shocking. It's not what, you're like, it's not what you plan to do at 16. But then, like, you hit 28, 30, you're like, "Oh, now I'm a cool young parent."
Yeah, yeah, and then you can get them out of the house quicker.
Yeah, you get 'em at there's
Yeah,
actually far more benefits,
yeah.
like, you can run around with them more because you 2 are growing up, like,
Exactly,
you can
exactly.
be friends, you can go trick-or-treating together, you can go shopping together.
Yeah, just don't do it like I did. I did, 3 kids in 3 different decades of my life, so it was like yeah,
Wow. That's
absolutely.
a movie right there.
Yeah, pretty wild, and we have another one on the way in, August or September,
Yeah,
so
because you got that good sperm.
yeah, I got a good fiance who's, wants 10 kids. In fact, I was talking about this last night on, I was on Punk Rock Libertarians, and, when I met her, she's like, "Hey, just so you're aware, I want 10 kids, I'm an anarchist, I wanna farm, I wanna homeschool, and I'm against vaccines." And I was like, "You're super hot, that's great,"
And you
you
were like,
know?
"I'm already hard. Let's
Yeah,
do this."
I was like, You're super hot, that's great." And now here we are 2 years later, and she's like, "Oh, I was serious about all that stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, you were serious about the 10 kids. Okay, alright."
Wow. Are you sure your show shouldn't be called Break the Condom?
Condoms, what's that? Never heard of it,
Yeah,
never heard
what
of
is
it.
this, the '80s?
Yeah, Jesus. They
Sorry.
got creams and stuff now, so I'll be okay, you know?
They have creams?
They have creams now and stuff, you know what I mean?
Creams?
You don't gotta worry about all that stuff anymore.
Oh, like for STDs?
Mhm.
Kids with creams. Oh, are you talking about spermicidal lube?
No, no, no,
No.
we don't need any of that, thankfully.
Oh, yeah, no,
Thankfully, yeah.
you're
Yeah,
just
we're
like, yeah,
good to
you're
go.
throwing what is it called? Throwing ropes?
Yeah, exactly, Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, she's great, and we got a good thing going on, but she was serious about the 10 kids, and
How
so
did you meet a woman who wants to have 10 kids?
I s well,
Where
we
where did these women come
I
from?
was the keynote speaker at the Iowa State, Libertarian Convention,
Iowa,
and
say no more.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I fell in love and, ended up moving to Iowa, now that's where I'm at in the cold ass Midwest.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, from
okay.
California.
You're from California,
Yep,
you fell in love with an Iowa girl,
yep,
and
yep,
she was just looking at you, she was like, "I'm gonna get 10 kids out of this
yep,
guy,"
yep,
and you're
even
on
though I was already pushing 40, and she's like, "Yeah, I get 10 kids." So I gave her 7 in 1 year is what I did. Smart,
No.
smart, yeah, pretty much. Now, well, it's the
Wait, how
story.
do you can't do
Okay,
7 in a
so
year.
she had 2 girls already, okay?
Okay.
And then, we got pregnant. I hate saying that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you helped. It's not
yeah,
that she just
yeah,
got pregnant by
I mean,
herself.
yeah, I helped a
She's
little bit.
not Mary,
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
so, that was April of 2020, and then in October, I got custody of my, at the time, 15-year-old daughter, and
Oh, okay.
she had 2 siblings that were gonna go to foster care, for my ex-wife, and we were able to get custody
Oh,
of them as well. They're not mine biologically, but I got permanent guardianship of them personally, and,
that's badass.
yeah, and then we had my daughter, or we had my son, New Year's Eve. That made 6, and then my granddaughter
Aw.
was born March 14th, the day after my birthday. That made 7 in the house, and I have one son that doesn't live with us yet. But, and now we have one on
Wow.
the way too. So if we could get my other son and the other one on the way, that makes 9. I only gotta give her one more.
Wow, so this is libertarian Brady Bunch.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely like a hers, mine, and ours thing for sure.
No, that's awesome,
Yeah,
and, it takes a special kind of person to, like, kind of help raise, you know, other people's kids
sure,
and not
sure.
I that sounds cunty, like, other people's kids, like, I don't know. It's just it's good though. It's kids are great.
Yeah, I agree, and, we've been happy, and the kids, the 2 and my daughter, they came from a really rough situation, and, they've made some serious strides, so it's kinda, it's hard, but at the same time, it was, like, a very rewarding thing watching the change in them, and so, for selfish reasons, it's been a lot of fun to watch as well, so,
Like, watching your positive influence on
yeah.
them.
Yeah, yeah, and school and sports and doing all this stuff that they've never done and eating new foods, and I mean, it was
Oh,
just amazing. Yeah,
wow.
amazing, so,
That's very
yeah.
cool. Yeah, my boyfriend has a 10-year-old, and sometimes I'm, like, jealous of how good he has it, like, how he's eating all this like, food that I never like, I grew up eating noodles and
Sure.
butter and, like, boiled chicken and
Oh,
like
yeah.
over steamed broccoli.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like I didn't even have sushi till I was like 22 or
Oh, me
something.
neither. Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
was so
we grew up
dumb.
ghetto. I'm from the hood.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
so dumb. Like, I remember I was, like, in my first job giving tours at Radio City Music Hall, and I went out with one of the other gay tour guides, and, like, they had to teach me to use chopsticks. I'm eating the green plastic grass that separates the rolls. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, "Oh god, this is weird. I guess this is Asian delicacy." And then they're like, "No, that's plastic."
Yeah.
And I
You're
was
like,
like,
"Oh,
"Great.
okay,
Life
alright,
in the
thanks a
big
lot."
city."
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hey, one of my supporters wanted to know when you were gonna show your butthole. He said you brought it up.
Oh,
He said you brought it up, you made a promise,
I
and then
usually
never did
save
it.
that for, like, right before the end, like, right be just a little extra something for the people who hang in there and watch the whole
He
show.
said let's see what he said. He said, you promised to show it a week ago on F&T and still no O-ring." That's what he said.
I'm trying to save something for marriage. You can't have it
Yeah,
all
leave
out there.
something to the imagination,
Yeah, I
buddy.
don't want
Always do.
everyone to know what, all of my holes look
Yeah,
like.
exactly, exactly. That's why that's exactly what I responded to him with too. So,
Yeah, you were like,
yeah,
Look, she's a respectable, classy lady."
gotta leave something to the imagination, man.
I rented a house in the Poconos this past weekend as kind of like a treat for doing an album, and I did a live stream where I jumped into a hot tub, like, fully clothed, and I have people that are giving me like, I wouldn't call them fans, I guess they're haters that are like, "How could you? You're 38. What are you doing in a hot tub? What are you doing dancing around?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I
Fully
was too
clothed.
old to do these
Well,
things."
there's a
Like,
whole 'nother market out there that would buy the water from the hot tub, you know what I mean? You could bottle it and sell it.
it was very chlorinated, I don't know. It was too chlorinated, they had too much chlorine in there.
Fair,
Which is actually one of my happy smells because I was a diver for,
sure.
like, 11 years or something. No, maybe longer than that. So I love the smells of chlorine and bleach. They make me happy.
I like the smells of desperation and daddy issues.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know if I'm wafting any of that
No, that was
towards
me.
you.
It's my scent, It's my
You
scent.
have daddy issues?
Yeah, don't we all? I think we all do.
I guess so. I guess if you have a podcast, it's kind of a
Yeah.
prerequisite.
You either have to be libertarian or have daddy issues, I'm pretty sure.
Were you always a libertarian or were you like a disaffected liberal?
No, I was a disaffected, neocon, if you can believe that. I joined the military right after 9/11, and,
Oh,
yeah, and,
okay.
I went to war. Well, I was on a ship. I was on the USS Constellation.
You were
Uh,
Navy, the gay
yeah.
part of the
Yeah, the
military.
gay part, and,
Okay.
what is it, 5,000 sailors go out to sea and 2,500 couples return. Yeah, something like that. So,
Is that a
no,
thing they say? That's
that's a
funny.
joke, yeah, but so I was on the USS Constellation, which was, like, the biggest part of the shock and awe campaign in Iraq, and, we dropped 100 million tons of ordnance on Baghdad, and I remember just being 18 years old, 19 years old, and, going, "What the fuck are we doing in Iraq?" Right? Like, it kinda clicked for me. I was like, they didn't perpetrate 9/11, right? 9/11 didn't happen because of Iraq. And I joined the military to go fight, what I thought was Saudi nationals via Pakistan that had attacked my country. And so we were fighting in Iraq, and I just remember going, what the fuck are we doing here? And we're dropping all these bombs on Baghdad, which is a big city. It's like New York. It's like Oakland or San Francisco. I mean, there's hundreds or thousands and thousands of families that live there, and family pets, and fucking, I mean, just all kinds of, just all the
Oh, the
shit.
pets.
Yeah, I mean, just
Oh,
people get up and go to their jobs every day there,
I
and
didn't
there's, like,
feel
you know what I
bad
mean?
till you mentioned pets.
Yeah, yeah, and
Oh.
and so, but I just remember being like, this sucks. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. And when I got out of the military, in '05, I was really, really jaded by the military industrial complex. I thought our mission was corrupt. That we're fighting these wars, these never ending wars in the Middle East. And you got to remember, this is right when Afghanistan started too, same time, right?
Oh,
2002.
wow.
And it just ended. It's been 20 years. There's people fighting in Afghanistan that weren't alive when 9/11 happened. Okay. And I was right. I was right about it. There was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. There was no way we could win the war in Afghanistan. It was all just a giant clusterfuck to bolster the military industrial complex and all these contractors. And so when I got out, I was super jaded. The Republicans really were bloodthirsty war hawks. This was the party of John McCain and George Bush. They really wanted to keep fighting wars, and I couldn't support that. There was no way in hell I was going to be a Democrat. I mean, I'm just there's no fucking
You
way.
have too much beard for that.
Yeah, I mean, I way too much testosterone to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
There's just, I mean, it's, you know what I mean? And so, and so I found Ron Paul in 2006, 2007. He was on TV talking about the military industrial complex and how, you know, these never ending wars are bullshit. We shouldn't be a part of them. And we need to stop being the world police. And how would you feel if the Chinese came over here and set up camps in Texas and
released a virus or something?
Exactly. And it just really clicked in my head. I mean, it really clicked in my head. And so I worked on Ron Paul's campaign in 2008. And I would consider myself a libertarian at that point, but I didn't know what a libertarian was. And I'm sure I held a bunch of status beliefs still. But then I found Murray Rothbard because of Ron Paul and the Mises Institute and eventually all these other great philosophers and economists. And it's like once you start reading these books, right? It's a window that you open, you cannot close anymore. I mean, when you start learning about the dangers of central planning and the dangers of the state and the dangers of the military industrial complex and how fucked we all are because of these people, it's so impossible to close that again and be like, yeah, there's some parts of the state that are really good. You know,
it's like Bird Box. It's like once you see,
yeah, you're dead. That's it.
Well,
I mean, it's true.
Maybe that's a bad metaphor.
Yeah, but it's true. I mean, it was like there's no aspect of the state that I support anymore. I mean, literally, if I could, you know, if we got down to where it was just a national defense system, I'd be more than fucking happy because they really fuck us at every turn. They regulate good businesses out of the market and competition out of the market. They constantly take our money for never-ending wars and a bunch of pet projects and bullshit. I mean, you know, it was like once I became a libertarian, I couldn't go back. I couldn't go back to the GOP.
Like going black.
Yeah, exactly. Once you go libertarian, you don't go back. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I stayed in the GOP for a while and worked on Ron Paul's campaign in 2008 and then again in 2012. But watching the way that the GOP treated liberty people, I mean, especially Ron Paul, they were arresting Ron Paul delegates at the Iowa or at the Louisiana state caucus for Ron Paul delegates. They were arresting them in the parking lot. They switched the national convention rules to keep Ron Paul delegates from voting. I mean, the GOP went all out to fuck Ron Paul, and that's when I knew that they left me. And so I joined the Libertarian Party in 2015, right before the Trump and Hillary election. And I didn't want any part of that. You know what I mean? And not to sit here and hate on your Trump supporter friends and your Hillary. I'm sure you got Hillary supporter friends too.
No.
You live in New York. Don't start with me.
So
I'm sure. But I wasn't going to be a part of that circus. And so I joined the Libertarian Party and started my own circus. And I wasn't happy with Libertarian Party leadership. I thought they were a fucking clown show.
Who specifically were you unhappy with?
Nick Sarwark, especially. Nicholas Sarwark is an absolute. He's a federal agent. I'm almost 100% positive he's a federal agent. But so I decided I was going to run for national chairman of the whole entire damn thing in 2017 with like no political party experience whatsoever. And I did it as like a challenge to Nick Sarwark. It wasn't, I didn't think it'd go anywhere, but I ended up going to like 25 states. I keynoted the ballroom behind Ron Paul. I did all this crazy shit that I've never been a public speaker or anything like that. And I did all this crazy shit that I didn't expect to do. Ended up losing terribly, but I got like 24% of the vote at the national convention. So that's pretty big deal for a blue collar guy from the West Coast that nobody knew. And then I ran again in 2020. I lost by 100 votes. For national chair, but both times I ended up getting elected as an at-large. So this is my second term as an at-large on a national political parties committee. And now I'm running for vice chair, and Angela McArdle is running for chair, who's amazing. And if you guys don't know who Angela McArdle is, definitely go check her out. She's a fucking badass woman. Badass. So you should have her on. That would be fun.
Yeah. What's her deal?
She's a hardcore Mises person like me too, you know, and we both come from the Mises camp. I've been with the Mises Caucus since their inception in 2017.
What is Mises? To me, it sounds like a bunch of mice.
No, it's so Mises, Ludwig von Mises was, you know, basically he's not the creator, but he was really one of the godfathers of Austrian economics, which is, you know, anarcho-capitalist thought. I mean, these are basically anarchists who are against the state and but also capitalists, because, you know, the left likes to say we're not really anarchists because we believe in capitalism, even though capitalism doesn't have to have a state to exist. It's just free trade, free and fair trade. And so Mises, Rothbard was his understudy who really got me radicalized into all this shit. And then Hoppe was Rothbard's understudy who's taken it even way further. But the Mises Institute is an institute that was started by Lew Rockwell. And Murray Rothbard was a part of it. Jeff Dice is a part of it. Tom Woods is a fellow of the Mises Institute. I mean, all these great thinkers, and the, you know, back in the 70s, Rothbard was a member of the Libertarian Party. He was one of the original founders in 1971. And the Cato Mises, there was a split, right? Because Cato and the Koch brothers wanted to be the champagne socialist libertarians who got invited to the champagne parties in the Beltway. We call them Beltway libertarians or regime libertarians. And Rothbard said, fuck that, I'm out of here, and left and went and did the Mises Institute. And so the Mises Caucus is the remnant of the Mises Cato split. I mean, that's what we are. And we, in 2017, decided we were going to come back to the Libertarian Party and take that shit over. I mean, that's really what it was. Kick these champagne socialists out of the party, these regime libertarians, not kick them out of the party, but take them out of their positions of leadership and tell them, hey, if you want to ride anymore, you're riding in the back seat, because you guys have made a mockery of libertarianism in this country. You've made people think it's a fucking clown show, and it's not. It's the most sincere and logical political philosophy in the world of all time. And to sit here and make it this fat stripper thing that you guys have made it with Nick Sarwark and federal agents in charge, like, no. So the Mises Caucus started out with 55 people in a Facebook group, and now they've taken over like 25 state boards. We've kicked a lot of these people to the curb, and it's a new dawn for the Libertarian Party. And now there's people getting work done. I mean, shit is getting done. It's no longer this little fraternal order of inward arguing. It's really becoming something great, and it's going to give people another option, and it's going to be something people can be proud of, and not, be laughed at for saying, hey, I'm a libertarian. And that was really the goal, and so it's working out.
And why did that happen? Like, why do many people not take libertarians seriously?
Well, it's the federal agents, I'm sure. I mean, really, if you think about it, the Libertarian Party is only 50 years old. It's not, it doesn't go way back into history.
Younger than Madonna,
right? Yeah. I mean, it's younger than my mother, right? It's only like 12 years older than me. Okay,
wow.
And when this popped up, okay, so the libertarian philosophy and economists have been around for centuries, right? Dating way back. We're talking the 1800s, 1700s. I mean, a long time ago. And anytime any kind of anti-state movement pops up, it's either immediately squashed through warfare or some kind of information warfare, and so the Libertarian Party, when it popped up in the 70s, of course the feds took notice. They're like, oh, there's a political party popping up that's gaining some steam that is anti-state. I mean, they want to roll back at least the federal government, right? And so they've done everything they can to make us look like fucking clowns. The media only portrays us as a clown show. I mean, anything they show on the media always looks like a Comic-Con convention. I mean, that's really what they do, and they sent, I'm sure that not just the feds, but like the Republicans, the Democrats, they send people into the party to make asses of us. And so, these people
were examples of this.
Nick Sarwark, for sure.
Okay, just him.
I believe he's a federal agent. I really do. I 100% am.
Does he wear a lot of khakis? Does he like stand like,
He does wear khaki pants, but the guy came out of nowhere and became the chair of the Maryland State Party. Okay, he's from Arizona, and he became the chair of the Maryland State Party out of nowhere. Okay, Maryland. I don't know if you're familiar with Maryland, but there's a lot of federal agencies in Maryland, right?
Really?
And then he moved to Colorado, became the vice chair of the Colorado Party. Then he moved back to Arizona, became the national chairman for 6 terms, and just immediately started attacking good libertarians like Tom Woods and Eric July and all these great people.
Oh, wow.
It was like, why would you do that if you weren't trying to hurt the movement? What would be the point of that? It makes no sense at all. So I'm sure that, there's people that are involved in this party and in the movement at whole. I mean, you watch some of these rallies, there's federal agents at these rallies dressed up, especially January 6th.
Especially today, everyone's talking about with that guy, I was just watching it, where he was like on the list, the FBI watch list, and then he got taken off. Somebody in the chat will know. But
I don't know.
Yeah, he was like telling they have footage of him like telling people to like storm the Capitol and like get into the building, and I think he instigated a lot of, just convincing a lot of people to just like make a move, go nuts. Like you get around these people that are like kind of fired up, and like a lot of people are easily led. So you have somebody in there specifically to instigate.
Oh, it's perfect. They're chaos agents. I mean, that's what they do. Absolutely.
Yeah. I forget his first name, but
I don't know. I don't see it in there, but Yeah, Ray Epstein.
Ray Epps,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's what they do, and I'm sure it happens. It's been happening in the Libertarian Party for a long. John Brennan went on national television and said that all libertarians are domestic terrorists.
Wow.
I mean, he said it on national television on CNN. It's fucking. They hate us because we want, they want power, and we want to limit their power or get rid of their fucking power entirely. And so, yeah, they view us as terrorists to their way of life and their two
Oh,
hundred and
yeah,
sixty thousand dollar a year paychecks.
like anybody who's talking about herbs and vitamin D is
Yeah.
seen as a terrorist towards big pharma,
It's
like,
cronyism,
yeah,
100%.
you're trying to work their corner.
Yeah, it's these lobbyists go in and they lobby for, patent rights on a drug, and they're like, "Hey, this vitamin is hurting my income to Pfizer or whatever." And so they got to shut them down. They use the government to do it, and the government allows that shit. And it doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat, it's the government. You know what I mean? They're doing it. They do it through patent laws. They do it through regulations. That's what they do. They'll fine any business out of it's so hard. I mean, even charities, right? Like they regulate 90. It's like something like 90% of new charities are regulated out of the market in the first year
Wow.
because they want to shove the Red Cross down your throat and Susan G. Komen and all these fucking,
Yes.
80% overhead charities.
United Way.
Yeah. Yeah, they do the same shit. And the pharmaceutical industry is probably one of the biggest rackets in the entire world. Next to maybe the family law system, you know what I mean? And it is. It's billions and billions of dollars every year, and the government helps these big, huge corporations get that money. And now we're seeing how bad it is. And the left, who was always so anti-corporation forever, is now
They were the hippies.
Yeah, the media has somehow convinced them to cheer on the destruction of innovation and small businesses in lieu of supporting these big giant multi conglomerate corporations, and
It's
it's
crazy.
really crazy to me. And
All they had to do was slap a couple of rainbows on
Yep.
on a few logos, and they got the lefties in their pocket and eating
Yep.
out of their hand.
It's crazy. It really is wild. And it's really, this last couple of years has been like the twilight zone for me, because the Republicans are super red pilled on the police state now, which was not the case before.
Right. Do you think that's probably been like the biggest swing?
Well, I think the biggest swing is Republicans are now advocating for crunchy, holistic, organic healthcare, and saying that the cops are bad, right? And the left is now cheering on giant corporations and a police state. Like the flip this last 2 years has been absolutely wild if you watch the flop.
It's been pretty crazy. And I've learned just overall, like the people that are in power and pursue politics generally are the ones that shouldn't have the power and take advantage. And
exactly.
It's easy to I've talked to so many people who are they're not voting anymore. They're completely disgusted with the whole system. There's still people out there who still think there's only two parties.
Right.
And then there's no other option.
Yeah. And there is, there is an option, and, people are constantly like, oh, there's no option. It's a two-party system and you have to vote for one of these two parties. The truth of the matter is that 52% of the population in this country didn't vote for a presidential candidate in 2020.
What?
Yeah, 52% of the country did not vote for a presidential candidate. So you can't tell me that there's no other option. They said, fuck this. Look, if I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, if you wake up in the morning and go, yes, this government represents me, you're either retarded or high out of your fucking mind. Like there's not a single aspect of this government that represents you at all.
So
They
most
only
people you
represent
think
themselves.
disaffected, like just upset, like
people are just jaded. They're done.
Yeah.
This government crushes us. That's all they do. They crush us through taxes. They crush us through regulations. They crush us through healthcare. They crush every single thing they fucking touch. It turns to shit. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And like, go to any .gov website right now and tell me those are the fucking people that you want to run your healthcare.
Right. And like, what are the ways in which like the Libertarian Party has been kept down over the years?
Well, I think we've been a clown show.
Just like encouraging people like, oh, well, you're throwing your vote away.
Well, yeah, there's always that, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, people are like, oh, you threw your vote away for the Libertarians. And it's like, I wasn't going to vote for the Republicans or Democrats anyways. Like, if I didn't vote for the Libertarian, I wasn't going to vote.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Douglas Dauntless said 52% doesn't sound right. Maybe it could have been 2016 that it was 52%, but it was definitely more than half the country. I'm pretty sure 2022 was at least close to that
Plus,
number.
you got to for 2020, you got to factor in all those dead votes. So,
yeah, there were a lot of dead people voting.
Yeah, they were very politically active. I think more so than we've seen.
That's what I told somebody that the other day. I said the only way I'm ever going to vote Democrat is if I'm dead.
Yeah,
absolutely not ever going to happen. I'd vote for the Green Party before I'd vote for a fucking Democrat.
I voted for Jill Stein in 2016 like an idiot.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I just didn't know.
She took your money. That's all she did.
She took it. She put it in a hot tub fund. She's probably in it right now.
Her and Bernie are sitting in like his third house,
short hair,
hanging out. Yeah. Fucking losers.
I've grown.
I hate these people. They're like, these are the same people who are always like the 1%, and then they're like, send me all your money.
Yeah, it's like you are the 1%.
Yeah, you've been the 1% for many years, you dumb fucks. I love how Bernie went from talking about billionaires and millionaires to only talking about billionaires after he became a millionaire.
Did I say millionaires? I meant billionaires.
Oh shit! It's the billionaires that are really fucking this country up.
God,
those guys that create hundreds of thousands of jobs, they're the ones fucking this country up.
What did you think of Jo Jorgensen?
She was shit. I didn't vote for her, and
she wouldn't do my podcast.
And I sit on the national committee for the Libertarian Party, and I did not vote for Jo Jorgensen. I wrote in Spike Cohen, who was the vice president.
Yeah, Spike's the best. He did my podcast. See, that's what I base it off of.
Yeah.
So you're in good shape, Josh.
Spike is good. Spike is good. I love Spike. I'm looking forward to a Dave Smith run in 2024. So.
Yeah. So is he officially out?
He's not officially announced.
Okay.
But I mean, we're
does that happen?
pretty sure it's going to happen. I mean, if he really wanted to make a serious run at it, I think he would want to announce by the summer of this year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I'm running for president,
he's got some time to get a 6-pack or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing is, like, of all the presidential candidates we've had in the Libertarian Party, the most popular one was Gary Johnson. He got the biggest vote. It was like 4.5 million votes, which was almost that 5% threshold that we need to get invited to the debates in the next election. Which sucks that we didn't hit that. But I didn't like Gary Johnson. I would have voted for him in 2016. I didn't vote for him in 2016 either. But I would have voted for him in 2016 if his vice presidential candidate was not fucking Bill Weld. Okay, the moderate Republican governor of Massachusetts.
What's wrong with Bill Weld?
Bill Weld sucks. He was a war hawk. I mean, he was a serious war hawk. He advocates taxes and gun regulations, and he's like anti nuclear power, and just this fucking guy's he's like a Champagne Beltway lib type, and I'm not going to vote for those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 2012, I would have voted for Gary, but I was too hard at work for Ron Paul, and but no, I think Dave brings a whole nother layer to the game. One, he's a very good messenger. He's one of the best for us. I mean, he's probably in my
tall.
opinion. Yeah, he's
good looking.
I mean, he's
a comedian.
He's about as tall as I am. He could probably eat a couple more steaks or something. But so he's a great messenger. He does look good, but he can get on some of the biggest shows in the world. I mean, he's been on Joe Rogan several times. He's been on. He goes on Tim Pool's show. He goes on Kennedy. He's been on Judge Knapp's show. I mean, this guy can really go on media that's bigger than CNN.
He could go on my show.
He can go on your show. He's been on my show several times, and he knows he can come on my show anytime. You guys would do a good show together. I don't know why.
Yes,
why he would.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dave, if you're watching, Dave watches.
Too busy for
listen,
me.
Dave watches everything I do. So Dave, if you're watching this, go on Chrissie's show. Don't be a dick.
Dave, come on. Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded creepy.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think it would be great. When did he decide to run? I guess this sounds like this has been in the making a couple years.
Well, I think he's talked about it quite a bit, and I think everyone's just under the assumption that he is going to run. And there's been a lot of polls put out that he's won. If who was the Libertarian candidate today, who would you vote for? Dave Smith.
Yeah,
I think he'd do great. I think he'd be really good. I think you should choose somebody like for vice president, like Scott Horton, who I got on my shirt.
Yeah,
really great,
I love Scott. He's so cool.
My dream ticket would be Dave Smith and Michael Bolden, who started the 10th Amendment Center, who is just fantastic, amazing human. So.
I love his music.
No, that's wrong. Bolton. Bolden.
Okay.
With a D.
Okay.
But he's way cooler. I did put out a meme that said Bolden Bolton 2024, and Bolden didn't like that. But he was laughing a little bit. But he's like, don't hex me like that, buddy.
What would it take for the Libertarians to make like a serious dent? Like, what would it take for them to get like the percentage they need?
It's going to take somebody who look. The number one thing that makes people go to the ballot box is the hope and change. I mean, those are the things, right? That's
Somebody
what.
else took those
Yeah,
words,
that's
so we
what
have we need
Obama
to
ran
change
on.
it.
What the fuck
Yeah.
what the fuck hope did Obama give us? What the fuck change did Obama give us? Nothing. He carried on the status quo, right?
But he
But
was black.
well, yeah, half. He was a halfie, and that's what brings people to the ballot box is hope and change. And I think if we have a good enough messenger running for president, that we can get that 5%. I'm under no illusion that we're going to win the fucking presidency. You know what I mean? That would just be fucking stupid. Like I would be an idiot to think that a libertarian presidential candidate is going to win the presidency in 2024. I mean, that would just be idiotic. It'd be hella cool. I mean, crazier things have happened. But that's not true. So
I mean, why not? I mean, look at the last few guests that Rogan has had on, and it's really opened a lot of people's eyes to people that have not had much of a platform.
I mean, look, if you're fed up with the Republicans and Democrats, and they run some shitty ass presidential candidate, you have the opportunity to give a big middle finger to the system by voting for the Libertarians and giving them the 5%. Because if you give them the 5% in 2028, you're going to see a Libertarian presidential candidate on the national debate stage debating these fucking losers. And that's going to be hilarious. Because
has that ever happened?
No, never happened.
Never.
No.
Damn.
We've never gotten 5% in 50 years. I mean, we've won other races. We've won state house races, and truth be told, I think those are the more important races. The state house races, especially, you have an opportunity to make a big difference. And we did, for the first time since the 70s, we just won two state house races in Wyoming, and we had a congressional a congressman flop to Libertarian, obviously Amash last year, and then quickly left the Congress. But we did have a gold congressman there for a while.
His name was Amash.
Yeah, Justin Amash.
Was his last name Pitt? Oh, never mind.
No, Justin Amash.
Amash Pitt would have been great.
Yeah, I'd love to flip some more. I'd love to see people. Flip. I'd love to see Rand Paul flip. I'd love to see Massey flip. Like that'd be great. Because those guys are. Massey is a libertarian. I mean, straight up through and through. I mean, he's like a Rothbardian libertarian who happens to be in Congress as a Republican. So it'd be great to see people start flipping. I think there's some really good people out there. I think there are some good people in government that are libertarians, but they had to run as Republicans to win. And I get that.
Right, like I think that's what Larry Sharp might do. I think.
Well, no, Larry's going to run for governor as a libertarian, but you have the opportunity. So the way New York works is they have you can get multiple lines, right? They have different lines, so you can get the endorsement of the Libertarian Party, the Republican Party, and the Reform Party, and he'd be on the ballot 3 times basically, which is cool. You know what I mean? But that's kind of I think what he's hoping he can do is get those lines. He got really close to convincing the Republican Party in New York to give him their line in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get it. He ended up not getting that, or the Reform Party, and they should have given it to him because Larry's. I mean, everything the Republicans want in New York, Larry's going to do anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he'd be a great governor.
Such a good guy. He's so great.
Yeah, that's a man who knows how to message too. My goodness.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, and he's a dad.
Yeah. Vet. He's a veteran.
He's a vet.
He's black.
He's diverse.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be great, man. He'd be great. So yeah, I don't know. And this is the other thing I always hear. Wonder Bucket says in the chat, doesn't this just split the voters on the right? No. Because I wouldn't be voting for the Republican anyways. I mean, that's you know what I mean?
That tells you the ego of these people that are like, oh, well, we would have gotten your vote. Yeah. If it weren't for those darn libertarians. Right. It sounds like a Scooby-Doo episode.
No, and that's the truth. I mean, look, no candidate is owed my vote, period. Plain and simple. That's just not, that's insane to think that I have to vote for the Republican, that they have earned my vote. You have to earn my vote, man. I'm awake. I'm awake, not woke, right? Like I'm awake. I know what the fuck's going on in this government. I've traveled to 45 states over the last 4 years and met so many politicians, and they all suck. All of them are shitheads. And I'm not going to give somebody my vote just because they're in a certain party. I'm sorry. I won't even do that for the Libertarians. I've met plenty of Libertarians I wouldn't vote for either, and there's 52% of the people out there didn't want to vote for your candidate for president either. You know what I mean? So run better candidates or join the Libertarian Party and vote for the Libertarians.
Who were some of the worst politicians you've met?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Most of the ones I hung out with were libertarians.
Or if you don't want to say the names, you can say what states or like.
There was state senate, a state senator in Florida that I did not like very much. There was a couple in Texas that I hung out with that I am not a fan of. California, of course, I'm from there, and I don't really like anybody in the government there. They're all pieces of shit. Almost every one of them. Several in Washington State. I met them all over. And I go to the state house here in Iowa too, and lobby here. And there's a lot of really shitty politicians here. Although Iowa has some really good ones. Really, they have some great ones. Jeff Shipley's great. He's a Liberty Republican that fights for. He fights for school choice and medical freedom. And, if Republicans are going to do that, I'll vote for a Republican here. Like, you know what I mean? If that's what they're going to do, if that's the path you're going to take, then I'll vote for you. But if I vote for you and you don't do the things you said you're going to do, get fucked. I'll never vote for you again. I don't care how many times you tell me you're going to do it.
It's been a nice shakeup. And that's the one thing I appreciate about Larry Sharp and what Max is talking about in the chat. He'll always say, like, you know what, take my ideas, like it doesn't have to be me. And he's referring to this idea here that Larry was talking about, having corporations buy sponsorships to bridges and tunnels, and it would save the taxpayers a lot of money because it would be like the Sprint Tappan Zee Bridge or like the Verizon tunnel.
Yep. Larry's a very smart guy, man. I mean, that guy, Larry trains, his job is to train CEOs for big companies. That's what he
is.
That's his job. Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Yeah. And he teaches classes at like the college level and shit. Like the guy's very, very intelligent.
How to be a boss.
Yeah, exactly. He teaches people how to be CEO, COO, CFO.
Is his class called Who's the Boss?
I don't know what his class is, but God, I wish it was.
Him and Tony Danza. Okay.
But he's amazing. He's amazing. Dave Phillips asks if he can turn a history degree into a career in politics. No, because politicians hate history. Because if they cared about history, they wouldn't keep making the same fucking mistakes over and over and over again. They enjoy them because it's what pays their giant salaries. So
true. Wasteful thinking. Dave Smith and Chrissie's, I imagine that says boobs.
Boobs
for 2024. I don't know. I think my boobs are going to be pretty busy this year with podcasting.
I'm wondering if he's talking about your actual boobs.
Oh, the boobs account?
Or the boobs account.
That's true. The boobs account is pretty mouthy. And no, I don't know who they are. And I don't know, every once in a while I get a hint because they'll tweet something really specific. Like they tweeted something out. I was like, oh, you're like very nerdy. And like it was something, a little bit of a hint. And I was like, but I didn't want to look into it because I think once I know the identity, it's going to be ruined.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you don't want to know.
I'll sometimes flirt with the boobs account. I'll be like, oh, you two should get a job. You guys don't know how good you have it. And then if I like know that it's probably a dude, if I know like whatever dude's on the other side of that account going like,
did you know what I mean? Did you just crack open a Four Loko or what?
I was
sorry. I'm
trying to have my serious interview conversation. No, it's a truly fruit punch, which I normally are reserved for summer months, but we're at Sam's, so I got some. Sam's Club did not make us wear masks.
Michael Trevino said that it's the Chrissie's boobs account is probably Frank Undercover.
No, it's not Frank. I would have caught him in the act by now.
Yeah.
Actually, if it is him, mad props, mad respect for like letting me not see.
That would be pretty savage. That'd be a savage troll if it really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody also said that they still hold this narrative myth about Lincoln. Yes, exactly. The government will tell you that Abraham Lincoln is a hero when in actuality he was a fucking tyrant that would kill you for trying to leave the Union.
What?
Yes. That's what that's what it's all about. Look,
but he had a strong jawline.
Yeah, it was such a strong jawline and a fucked up nose.
He was so tall.
And a great beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, really, the war of Northern aggression and the Civil War and people can say it's about this or that or slavery or this or that. But the fact of the matter is states wanted to secede and he was willing to fucking shoot you in the face for trying to leave the Union. That's petty tyrant shit. That's way above petty tyrant. I mean, he was a full on fucking fascist tyrant. So Abraham
Wow.
Lincoln is no hero.
My dad kind of looks like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, Chrissy, do it.
Medic Knight. Josh, you should get Chrissy to run for office as Libertarian.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Is it hard?
Yeah. No, it'd be pretty. New York's a little rough. I think you guys lost ballot access last term, so you'd have to. I'm going to be trying to put together a fundraiser for ballot access in New York with
What if I wear something
candidate for
tight?
Congress.
What do I have to do?
Will you wear something tight and come to my fundraiser?
Yes.
And speak at our fundraiser.
I'll put the fun and fundraiser. I
Okay.
hosted one of Larry's. I hosted a couple of Larry's events.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking we get people like Larry, obviously, Dave Smith. If you want to come and speak, that'd be great too. There's a great candidate for Congress running against AOC there in the was that the Brooklyn area? I don't know much about. Yeah, huh?
Tina Forte?
No, not Tina Forte.
She's
That's
running against AOC.
That's a Republican. That's the Republican. No.
Okay.
No. Oh man, why am I know who it is.
The chat knows. The chat knows
everything. The chat knows everything. No, it's the Libertarian. His name's John, and I'm messing up his fucking name right now, and I don't want to mess up his name.
John.
Yeah, John.
I should run for mayor. I already have the shirt for it.
Congress.
Yeah.
No, we lost ballot access in New York. And you have to.
When they say when you lose something, it's always the last place you look.
No. So Libertarians have a huge fucking problem with states making it very hard on us to even put our name on the ballot with an L next to it, right? That's our biggest fight. That's what we spend the most money on. And New York's one of those states where we have this ridiculous threshold that we have to meet. John Howe, yep, sorry. I don't know why I fucked that up. I know his last name.
Always knows.
But John Howe's running for Congress against AOC as a Libertarian in New York. We're trying to get ballot access specifically for that race, but if we can raise enough money, we can get ballot access for the whole state by petitioning. So I'm going to put together a fundraiser there that can hold a minimum of 300 people. I know New York hates that, but the district right next to his is not a big deal to do that in. So we're going to put something together. I was hoping I could get Dave Smith, Larry Sharp, some great speakers, do a nice dinner, do an auction, all that great stuff. It'd probably be a really fun night. So if you wanted to come and do some comedy or something, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Fucking Tina. Do
you not like Tina?
No, I think she's savage.
Okay. She's great.
I think she's savage. Obviously I would support the Libertarian because the Libertarian will really go into Congress and tell everyone to get fucked and call them all psychopaths like they should.
That's fun.
Republicans don't do that.
Okay.
Except for Ron Paul. Ron Paul's the only one that's ever stood on the congressional floor and called all of Congress psychopaths. So
he's amazing. Like, I don't know. Every day I feel like I'm watching a new viral video with him and Fauci, and I'm just like, how does he stay calm under all the pressure? Oh,
that's Rand Paul.
Yeah. Rand.
His daddy was much better. Much
really
better.
God. Okay, I need to
even
look into his stuff.
That apple did not fall. That apple fell pretty far from the tree. So I like Rand on a lot of things, but Rand sometimes is very wishy-washy with the Republicans. And Ron was not. Ron went into Congress and told it like it was all the fucking time. And he really did good stuff, man. So
how do you feel? People in the chat are asking about open borders. They also are saying that Dave Smith is pro open borders.
Dave Smith is not pro open borders. In fact, he just did a debate with Spike Cohen about why borders should not be open. And Spike Cohen was the open borders advocate in that debate. So, and that's kind of the split in the libertarian movement. There's open borders advocates and like Ellis Island style immigration advocates, and then people who think that everything should just be private property, libertarians as well. So that's a big split. And I think I consider it a wedge issue in the libertarian movement. It's one of those things we have no fucking power whatsoever over that issue. And so it keeps us arguing amongst ourselves for no reason whatsoever.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
This is a super chat from Frank Pellegrino. Why not work with Tina Forte to
not gonna happen, buddy.
Also get the libertarian line?
Yeah, the libertarians won't give their line to Republicans unless they're straight up like liberty Republicans. They have to be not MAGA libertarians. They have to be not MAGA Republicans. They have to be straight up liberty based Republicans. And I'm talking big time. In fact, it's against our bylaws to endorse candidates from other parties. So We're probably one of the only parties that has that rule.
Even if you're
So
big on TikTok?
even if you're big on TikTok, yeah. I like Tina. I think she's great. But I know I'm under no illusion that she won't capitulate to the Republicans and their war hawkedness and taxes and just all the same shit over and over and over again. You know what I
How
mean?
does that happen? Is it like pressure? Is it like bullying?
Of course it is. Or it's like, hey, you like this position in Congress, right? Where you get paid $190,000 a year, right? Well, if you want to keep it and you want to get, these deals with this corporation and this corporation and this corporation, you have to toe the party line. You have to do what we say and vote with us. And that's how it is. That's why putting libertarians in Congress or the Senate would make such a huge difference, because now we have people in Congress and the Senate that aren't going to just capitulate to the the same shit over and
But
over and over again.
Josh, if the two-party system hates libertarians because of the damage they could do, wouldn't it be better if they pretended to be one of the other parties and then snuck in and then
That's what everyone says.
bam?
That's what everyone says. And then you do one term, you wouldn't get anything done, and then they'd Trump will come and pay money to have someone primary you, and fucking it's done. That's it. That's how it works. That's what happened to Austin Peterson. You know what I mean? With Josh Hawley. Austin Peterson ran for U.S. Senate as a Republican. He's a libertarian through and through, except for he's got some weird views on World War II, but that's for another time. And Trump endorsed Hawley, gave Hawley a bunch of money, and fucking primaried Austin into oblivion. I mean, because Austin wasn't going to toe the GOP party line. I mean, he was going to come in and start advocating for, reducing taxes and ending wars and doing all the shit that, a libertarian should. And so you can't get that done in the Republican Party. Now, there are some Republicans that are libertarians that are talking about trying to do that, take over certain parts of the party, like Tho Bishop, who I'm a huge fan of. I love Tho. He's down there in the Red Riviera in Florida. And he's taken over his local GOP party, and he's installing liberty Republicans and libertarians, and working on campaigns to get them elected to office. And that's great. I love that. I think that you can do that in certain places, but it's not for me. I'm not a Republican. I can't be a Republican.
Is one of the biggest problems for libertarians like lack of money?
Yeah, I mean, lack of money, and then obviously, we're portrayed in everything media like a clown show. I mean, like we're all a bunch of fucking nerds that can't get anything done, and it's just not the truth. There's a lot of really good libertarians out there. They don't, most of us are like Dave Smith. Most of us are like me and Scott Horton and Austin Peterson and these great people that have, should have a million hours of media, and they just don't get it. Somehow Dave is able to do it. So that's why I think he'd be a good presidential candidate.
Maybe you guys could just like do what the Yankees did. Just everyone shave your beards, get in some suits. I don't know. I'm just trying to think what would help.
Yeah, I put a suit on, when I do all this travel and shit. The thumbnail, I'm wearing a suit. The thumbnail for this show.
Oh, right. Oh, right. That's you.
Yeah, that's me. And I do, and if I was going to go on the Morning Joe or go on Kennedy or something, I'd put a suit on, but I'm on the Chrissie, I'm on your show. It's like,
it's Mayr. Cool. It's a tricky last name.
I always fuck it up every time. That's why I don't even say it anymore.
It's okay. I always say like Mayr, like player.
I always say Mayr
or like John Mayr.
Like my fiance's like, whose show are you going on? I'm like, Chrissie Mayr.
Like it's not important.
I don't know why I fuck it up.
It doesn't matter what her name is. What's important is I'm going to talk about all my loads and my seed.
Yeah, well, I think John Mayr when I hear that name, and it's spelled completely different.
I used to be such a fan of John Mayer's, like when what was it, 2005, like the sort of Napster Morpheus days.
Right.
I could just like download a whole album, listen to it in my dorm room, pee in the sink that was in my room.
One of these days, I'm going to get your last name right. I promise. I won't fuck it up.
It's okay.
I fucked it up on my show too. It was my show.
Really?
Yeah, you remember that?
It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
You're like, it's actually Mayr.
Oh, and was I cunty about it?
Mayr. And I'm like, oh, gotcha. Sorry.
I should stop correcting people.
I got all hot. I was like, oh shit. Sorry about that.
I have that effect on just about everyone.
Fair.
Don't worry.
Fair.
I'm already thinking about ideas for like libertarian merch.
There's some good stuff. Listen, Top Lobster, my art guy, the guy that drew you for my show.
Yeah.
He does. If you go to toplobster.com, man, he's got some dope ass Liberty merch, like some of the best in the country, and he hand draws all of it. It's all hand drawn. And we're talking shirts, hats, beanies, hoodies, pants. I think he's got leggings on there, all kinds of cool shit. Okay, he draws it all.
I'm going to show this because this is very cool.
Yeah. And if you use BTC at checkout, you get a 10% discount.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I love a
yeah,
double plug.
yeah. Top Lofts is the man.
Oh, look at this adrenochrome sweatshirt. That's
Oh, he's
great.
got and look, he's got all the shows that he does. So he does all these
Oh.
shows. So if you go to mine, it's got all my show merch right there in that link.
Oh my god, very
Mm.
purpley. Eat my entire ass. And this is
And get
good.
fucked.
You
You
don't
got to
even
read the
have
little.
to be a libertarian to buy
Yeah,
this
yeah.
sticker.
That's a whole line. Each one of those has like a whole line of things. So if you click on that, then there's like t-shirts
The
and
Eat My Entire Ass collection.
yeah, that's like eat my entire ass collection exactly.
Oh, this is Bitcoin. I see.
No, yeah, my BTC break the cycle.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. That I did that on purpose so people would. But yeah, he hand draws all that. I mean, my logos,
Wow.
all this shit is hand drawn. The wood chipper go burr.
Brr.
Yeah, wood chipper for the
What is
pedophiles.
this? This is I was about to
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
pedophiles. I was like, what else would you need a wood chipper for?
absolutely. That's my thing. My intro for the show is called Wood Chipper Go Burr. It's a pop punk song about throwing pedophiles into wood chippers and out of helicopters. So
See, that's just fun. And I just
yeah,
think most people will get behind that.
as they should really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't understand people that spend a lot of time like, "No, we gotta hear these people out." Well, since we're talking about crypto,
Oh, we got it back.
guys, we've seen so many people making ridiculous money from crypto. Josh, you're probably one of them. But did you
Mm.
know it's easy for you to do the same? The Copy My Crypto membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally holds and allows you to copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest, as you simply just do what he does. So let me tell you a little bit more about James. He runs Crypto with James YouTube channel, which, despite heavy censorship, has over 15,000 subscribers and 1 million views. Since March of 2020, he's told his viewers to buy 26 crypto coins. Had you put $100 into each one, it would now be worth over $66,000. Of the 26 coins, his top pick of the year, a coin called Phantom, is currently up around 440 times from when he started. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys and girls in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to his YouTube and verify this for yourself. So if you'd like to join the 1,300 members who copy James, stop what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Mayr. That's spelled Mayr. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but my listeners, that's you guys, get full access for just $1. You won't find this offer anywhere else, but act fast because this is a special New Year's offer and will expire soon. That's copymycrypto.com/MAYR. Don't take this offer lightly. He's the real deal. Go visit the site now. Ooh.
I thought that the guy holding up the sign in the picture was the guy that you're talking about. I'm like, this dude hand wrote a sign in red marker and he's standing in a
He's the
bathroom. I don't
real
know.
deal.
He's
He's
standing
right.
in like
He
a
has got a
public
hand.
bathroom. I'm like, I don't know if I trust this guy. I'm sorry.
No, these are the testimonials.
Like he doesn't even got any gel in his hair or anything. I'm
This
like,
is
I don't
him. I
know.
mean, he could
Okay.
use better headshots,
Yeah.
but he's so focused on crushing it in crypto, he doesn't have time to get a
Yeah.
real headshot.
I had a buddy. I had a buddy try to get me into Bitcoin like 2009 or 2010 or something, and I was like, I don't want any of your fucking World of Warcraft money, bud. You know? And I really fucked up. I really did. I really regret that.
I know, and
I'll
it's never too late. They say it's not even now, it's not too late to get in.
Yeah, but I was so fucking I'm in now, but I was so fucking stupid back then. They do look like hostages, this is true. Uh,
Hostages of success.
yeah. I was so stupid back then. I would have been the guy that gets talked about every year that bought 2 Domino's pizzas for 40 Bitcoin or something, you know what I mean? That would have been me. I would have been the guy. So, I'm
Oh,
glad I
like,
didn't go in.
blowing it all on pizza.
Oh yeah, I would have bought a car with it for like 6,000 Bitcoin or something stupid. It would have been me. But that buddy that I know that told me to get into it back then is no one talks to him anymore. He like owns a fucking island now or something.
I hope it's not Epstein.
Yeah, it's not Epstein's island, but he's that. Can we agree that that island should just be nuked out of existence?
Yes.
Like we should just
There's
blow it
no
up
way to
completely
make over that island. There's
ever again.
no
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Like
I was in Palm Beach, hanging out with my friend Ian Coulter, name drop. No, I was like, you have to take me past Epstein's house. And so we did a little bike ride past his house in Palm Beach, and it was gone. It was just the land.
sure.
And I was just like, if these palm trees could talk. It just felt fun.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I think one of the coolest things I've ever seen was Jeff Berwick and fuck, what is his name? The guy that's on the Tim Pool show all the time. When they like crashed the island, they like took a boat and crashed Epstein Island after he got
Really?
arrested. Have you not watched that? Oh,
No.
it's amazing. Yeah, they went around and like we're taking video and like video of like all the weird ass art everywhere and like crazy shit. And if you watch it, you'll be like, what the fuck is going? The dude had like school buses and it was
Oh,
really,
yeah, he had
yeah,
ambulances.
really creepy place.
Oh.
Yeah, Luke Gradowski. Yeah, that's exactly who it was. Yeah,
Oh,
Luke.
he went? Oh,
Yeah, it was Luke and Jeff Berwick, I think. Berwick. I always mess up his name too. I mess up people's last names a lot.
It's okay.
Not just you, Chrissie. I promise you. This is unless your last name is Smith.
We can't all have the last name Smith.
Yeah. Well, me and Dave can, and so that's my ugly little retarded brother. I love him to death.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, any relation to Carrie Smith?
No. Our Carrie Smith's that YouTuber, right?
What about your grandmother, Granny?
No, that's
Smith?
Wedler. No, my grandmother's last name's Francisco.
Granny Smith? That's really funny. That deserved more.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, it's Francisco. That's my grandma's name.
Franny Smith.
Yeah, and yeah. Now my mom's last name is Cox. She got married.
Oh well, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah. Her last name's Cox. She married my mom's my stepdad that I call dad. His name is Cleon Cox.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like I don't know, maybe like a prostitute from Star Trek or something.
Yeah, he really hates when people call him Klingon. But it's fucking hilarious.
Klingon Cox.
Yeah,
that's
Fat
what
Dave.
I called him in college. Yeah,
Fat Dave. That ruined a Fat Dave account for me when I found out who Fat Dave was.
That? Oh, I remember Fat Dave.
It's Cole from Tower Power Hour.
Oh, right. Okay, we did a podcast together.
He's great. Cole's amazing. I've hung out with Cole. He met me at Disney World.
Ugh, why?
I took my family of 9 to Disney World. Are you
one of these adults who goes to Disney World?
No, I took my 7 kids there.
Okay.
For 8 days or something. It was great.
Wow, it cost $1 million to do that.
It was a lot.
Did you stay in one of those like Disney hotels?
We stayed at the Jumbo House.
Yeah, you were all in.
The Animal Kingdom house. Yeah. It was cool. There was like zebras and giraffes and shit outside our.
For the price you paid, I hope you had a zebra in your hotel.
It was fucking great. The kids loved it. Look. Like I said, the 3 of the kids that we got came from a fucked up situation. They've never had anything good in their lives. And so I wanted to take them to Disney World because I was like, I remember going to Disney World as a kid and it being like the greatest fucking place on earth, Disneyland, not Disney World. But we took them to Disney World and my mom met me there, and then my sister and her husband met me there, who are adults who love to go to Disney World.
Those people are mentally ill.
My mom too. They love it. My mom's got like Disney tattoos and shit. It's
Oh no! All right.
But she raised us, taking us to Disneyland. She like 1 year she like refinanced the fucking house to take us to Disneyland and shit.
Oh no!
Because we were poor. I mean, fucking dirt poor. Like we had nothing.
Oh my god!
But I remember going to Disneyland and just being like, "This is the greatest thing that will ever happen to me." So I wanted to take those kids, and man, it really changed their perspective on a lot of shit. So
really,
yeah,
Aww.
They did too.
You're such a good dad.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of my supporters in chat here. What's up?
Good.
What's up, Layton?
Hello, supporters.
Justico?
You know what the best part of Disney World is literally the margaritas in Mexico at Epcot Center. Because by the time you get to Epcot, you're like, I need a drink.
Yeah, I think we did.
It's just so good.
We did Epcot on like day 2 or something like that.
You're like, oh, it's so good. There's something about it. I don't know if it's because you haven't had anything to drink all trip, and then you just get that, and you're like, oh my god.
I don't think I had any drinks. Maybe I had one or two at dinner, but I didn't have it like almost any drinks the whole time I was there.
Wow.
I was done.
Do it.
I was cash. Like I bought these really annoying dad like the Tiva sandals.
That's okay. You didn't get like family t-shirts, did you?
No, but I bought like these Tiva sandals and wore them with like long socks to fuck with my kids. And then and I got a fanny pack.
Italian grandfather?
Yeah, well, that's how my grandfather was, and he's Italian, right? And so I bought a fanny pack, and I wanted to embarrass them. And like 2 days in, I had blisters everywhere, and I was like, God, this sucks.
Where?
Oh, on my feet.
Oh, okay.
Chrissie, on my feet.
I don't know what's going on there.
There's too many kids in our hotel room to get them anywhere else. You know
yeah. Like I came with those blisters.
Yeah, no, my feet were fucked up. By like day 5, I was limping.
Oh my god, we would go to Splish Splash as kids, and then I think we went to the Great Escape, which I think was, like, maybe near Lake George, like, upstate New York somewhere,
Yeah.
and, anywhere where we could drive is where we would go, and we were all so blind, me, my brother, my sister, we all wore glasses, like, super effing blind, no one had contact lenses yet, and my mom would just wear this bright pink fanny
Fanny
pack,
pack.
bright
Oh, yeah.
pink hat, and then she
Yep.
would wait at the bottom of all the slides, just, like, waving her hand, and we would, like, mole children just, like, blindly find our way over to her. It's
That's
kind of
exactly
sad,
how my
actually.
mom was
People
too.
probably
Exactly.
thought we were retarded.
Well, and maybe we were a
Yeah.
little retarded, right?
Yeah, I hope they
Yeah.
got money off. And that's the thing is, like, my mom coulda had a handicap parking sticker. Oh, well.
Yeah, fucking, hindsight's 20/20, Chrissy.
Yeah.
It really is.
So
Well, kid 8 is due August or September, sometime in there.
ooh.
I think our appointment's next week or the week after, and we'll find out, and we'll know if it's a boy or a girl. We didn't find out with my son if it was going to be a boy or a girl till he was born,
Aw.
and I kept saying it was going to be a boy, and she's like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's a girl. I'm sure it's a girl. I keep getting heartburn. I
You're
think
like,
there's a lot
"I
of hair."
feel there's a dick in
I
there."
was like, "I'm pretty sure that I make boys," and as soon as they pulled him out and handed him to my fiance, she like put him on her chest and goes, "Oh my god, I feel it. It's a boy."
Aw.
I said, "Yes,
Wait,
it
you
is."
only had boys with her?
No, well, we've only had one child together.
Okay.
Only one of the kids is ours together. I have two kids outside of this. One with another lady and one with another lady. My daughter was my firstborn,
Okay.
and which was kind of a fluke because my dad's side of the family just has like boy after boy after boy after boy after boy. Just my dad has like 14 kids or 13 kids or something, and I think there's only two girls.
Are you Irish? Are you Asian? How confusing.
No, it is
Wow.
Israeli.
Oh,
My dad's side of
cool.
the family is Israeli, so they're mostly Israeli, Middle Eastern. So
Fun.
I'm a Middle Eastern and Spanish. My mom's side of the family is like Spanish, Scottish or something.
Okay, so you tan somewhat easily.
I get really dark in the summer, like really, really dark, and blue eyes. It's crazy.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was always cool to be fat because girls like my eyes so much they didn't even notice.
It was
I'm just saying, it's true. I
that's
was like
great.
the fat guy who could get girls. It's good.
Yeah, you probably looked Hawaiian or something.
I'm Tongan. You know what I mean? Might as well be fucking. I'm from some island somewhere in the Pacific for sure.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't have a beard. I never had a beard. I started growing a beard like 3 years ago. I'd never had one before. Yeah, I'm building a militia. Exactly. I'm gonna
Count me in. I have skills. I
Yeah.
can French braid. I can bake pies. Like,
I'm gonna
seriously.
single-handedly repopulate the liberty movement myself. No, hey, listen, I'll talk to Julia. She may need a sister wife. You can come over and
Okay.
braid hair and bake and all
Okay.
that shit.
Yeah.
She needs some help.
Just birthing bearded, blue-eyed children left and
She's
right.
like, she's like, she's like, she's like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I'm like, all right, stay-at-home mom with 7 kids. Good luck. I'm gonna go to work. Have fun. My 12-hour shifts. I'm like watching Netflix. I'm like,
Stay-at-home mom. You mean a baseball coach?
yeah,
Exactly. That's what you are now.
It's pretty crazy. She's great though. She takes the kids to dance and wrestling, and she's really cool. So
That's
she does a
awesome.
good job. Yeah, absolutely.
You're crushing it, Josh.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but every day is interesting and full of love, and that's the important thing.
That is the important thing. So everyone follow Josh on Twitter at BreakJoshua and subscribe to him on YouTube at Fight the Despots. Am I even saying that right?
Despots. Yeah, close enough.
Fight the depots.
Yeah, fight the Home Depots. No, and it's actually if you just look up Break the Cycle with Joshua Smith, you'll find it pretty easily. Yeah. And that's my show. It's a good show. I do all right. Chrissy's been on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great episode.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. You've been on twice. You came on my was that the Thanksgiving special that you came on to?
Oh right.
Yeah. That you popped on. Was it thanks? No, that wasn't I think that was my 100th.
I popped on for something.
I think it was my 100th episode.
Forced my way on. Yeah.
I think it was my 100th episode because we had Robbie the Fire,
yeah.
Dave Smith, Maj Touré, you, Phil Labonte. I mean, it was a fucking power episode. It was a good one.
Fun. Where else can people follow you? Anywhere else?
Oh, I'm on all the podcast apps too. If you don't want to watch the show live, or if you don't want to watch the video, I'm on all the podcast apps: iTunes, Spotify, Anchor, all that stuff too.
Okay,
I've
great.
had a problem with my uploader recently, so there's like a backlog of like 3 or 4 shows that I got to put out, but they'll get up. And then of course I have the Patreon where all my after hour shows. Every show we do has after hours, so there's like a ton of exclusive content on my Patreon. You can find all that at Break the Cycle JS at Patreon. So.
And what's the timeline for like voting for you?
Our national convention is over Labor Day weekend in May, and that's where that's going to happen. So I'll be this weekend starts my convention travel. I'll be in Douglasville, Georgia, the 15th and 16th. I'll be there's the Georgia State Convention there. I'll be in Florida in February. I'll be in Texas, California, all the Midwest states, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, of course, the end of this month. So I'll be doing a full speaking tour and meeting people. So if you're in any of the states I'm going to be at, feel free to shake my hand. I'll be talking about them, where I'm going on my show. And if you're in Georgia this week and come down to Douglasville on Friday night, we're meeting up at the Highlander in Douglasville, Georgia. All the Mecox there, the Mises Caucus people will be there. So it'll be a lot of fun. And I know Dave Smith's going to be at a lot of these too. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. Dave Smith's going to a lot of them too. I know he'll be in Florida for sure too, which is I think that's in Melbourne, Florida, right outside of Orlando, in February, like the last weekend of February. So, but thank you so much for having me on. I really,
Thanks for
truly
coming
appreciate
on.
it.
You're so fun.
It was a good show. I
Yeah.
like your show. I've subscribed to your show, and when I get the update in my email that you're going live, I watch some of your shows, so I enjoy it. It's
Okay, good. You hear that, everyone? Be like Josh. Subscribe.
It's a good one. I don't have a lot of time, so if I listen to somebody's show, it's a good show. I promise.
Even if you listen with the volume off, I still appreciate it.
Probably people out there doing that, Chrissie. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they're reading lips or jerking off. I don't care.
When you do the SIMcast, nobody wants to listen to that show.
Yeah.
You know?
It's fun. We have fun. All right. Thank you, chat, for your comments and questions. Thank you so much, Joshua, for coming on.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Appreciate everything you do. Until next time, guys. Bye.